So firstly, we'll go through a quick overview of how foot infections can occur. So after an injury, such as this, you can get cuts and skin cracks on your foot, which allows bacteria to get into your open wound. Now it then multiplies and spreads. It'll spread all over your foot, causing a foot infection. Now, certain medical conditions increase the risk of infections. Okay, what kind of medical conditions? Diabetes and ingrown toenails, along with many others. Now going straight into it, the mnemonics to remember for the indicators of foot infection is prep socks, which is a short form for preparing your socks. This is because if you see these signs, you're preparing to put your socks to go to the hospital. All right? So P is pain. R is redness that you can commonly find on the skin. E is exudation, which is just a fancy word for the process of exuding, coming out. And exuding of pus, all right? And which contains cells, proteins, and solid material. Okay, so pus is a liquid that contains all of this. All right, and pyrexia. Pyrexia is just a fancy word for fever. Okay, so it's just an increase in body temperature of 37 degrees. Okay, now slow healing is another indicator. So it doesn't heal as fast as before, takes many days, weeks, or even months to heal. Now edema is just a fancy word for saying swelling. Okay, when you hear edema, think of swelling. So it's just a buildup of fluid in the body. Okay, and it causes the affected tissue to actually be swollen. Okay, you've got color change as well. Now we've just mentioned color change here, redness, but it can do redness and white patchy flakes, which you can commonly find in athlete's foot. Okay. And last but certainly not least is smell. So you'd find a foul smell coming from the infected foot. Now let's go over the significance of remembering these foot infection indicators. Now if left untreated, foot infections can get worse through sepsis. Now what is sepsis? Sepsis is the process in which the body damages its own tissue and organs in response to infection. Okay? And foot infection can also lead to foot amputation. It's important for both healthcare practitioners and patients to know the indicators of foot infection, which is by the Mnemonic's prep socks, to prevent such complications like foot amputation and sepsis. Therefore, seeking medical attention from a medical professional ensures the infection is managed and for optimal and speedy recovery to occur, while also reducing the risk of serious illness and preventing complications such as foot amputation and sepsis.